Today we're seeing how a peach concentrate does in a mead compared to an actual peach mead. So let's get started. So if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I've made a lot of mead. I have made my fair share of peach meads, but most of them have been peaches and spices or other varieties of things. I wanted to do a strict peach mead. Now, a challenge with peaches is getting quality ones. You have to find a good vendor that's gonna have quality peaches, which is not always simple, especially with the season or time you're in. One alternative I saw online is this company, this Nature Blessed like juice concentrate. They have a whole bunch of other stuff, but they do a bunch of juice concentrates. I found apple juice. I've used the grape juice or grape, whatever it is, Concord grape concentrate from them, and this is the peach juice concentrate. I bought some and I wanted to put this to the test. So in today's video, we're not necessarily comparing real full-on peach mead where it used like whole peach fruits and stuff like that were not concentrate versus this concentrate. We're not exactly splitting that way. We are using the concentrate as a base, and then later on I actually used some peaches in part of it. So anyways, let's just talk about what I did. I started by making a very low ABV mead essentially. So we used some of this peach concentrate. I'll put a recipe card up, and some honey. We got our starting gravity up to about 1.050. We made I believe it was like a 3-gallon batch of this, somewhere in that realm. It didn't take a lot of this concentrate to get to that point. There is if you look online, there is a ratio of how much to use in brewing and stuff like that, but I don't think I necessarily followed that. I kind of went on my own whim. We used this to help get some peach flavor for the base of this mead. And honey, of course. We added our yeast and we let it start fermenting. I added my Go Firm. It went through the fermentation process. It was nice and clean. Once the fermentation was done, we checked it. Final gravity, or the current gravity, was 1.000. We racked it into a new container, into 2 containers more specifically. We did this because I wanted to keep one as just the concentrate version, and that's what we did. We went ahead and stabilized it. We left it as is, and the stabilizing was with the intent to back sweeten, and I'll talk about what happened next, but we stabilized it, left it as the concentrate only. Then I went and bought like 3 pounds of real peaches and let them ripen. I cut them up, I froze them and put them in a bag. And the other other half that I racked into a container, I went ahead and added those peaches. And those peaches sat in that container on that fermentation for, I don't know, it was maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks roughly. And I stirred it up to try and keep it from getting any bad bacteria and all the stuff, and just made sure the fruit was submerged. We let the fruit sit in that one for 2 weeks. We then went ahead, racked it off of that. We stabilized that container specifically, and we came back later and back sweetened. We back sweetened with a little bit of honey, and that was it. So we had more peaches, real peaches, and honey in that other one. I had the intent to back sweeten, and I had tasted the real fruit one, and after back sweetening, I had put enough to get like to 1.030 final gravity. So it was pretty sweet. I tasted it and I was like, okay, well, this is fine, but it's really bright and I have an idea. So what I did from here, you see a bunch of iterations. You see an A, a B, and a combined, because guess what I did? I canned up and put some of these into containers. Essentially, I racked them and bottled them as best I could. And I went ahead and combined some of the 2 of them together, because I thought the lack of sweetness in the concentrate, the brightness and the sweetness in the fruit version would blend well together. And then I also moved part of it into a keg and force carbonated it. So these are still right now, but I do have a force carb version. Again, this video is not quite, can this replace all your peaches, because this is not an A/B test. It would be almost impossible to do one, because I'm sure the flavoring or whatever is in this concentrate is hard to emulate exactly with real stuff. So I hope this is real stuff. but it's hard to say. I'm gonna get a pour of the carbonated version real fast, and then we're gonna open these and we're gonna taste test them and talk about how they are and if a concentrate can really stand strong enough with mead making. All right, I've got my carbonated version right here. I'm gonna put it off to the side, far right. We're gonna go ahead and pour the A here. Hopefully I don't get these messed up. A was the concentrate, and I'll make sure and put it on screen as I'm tasting. B was the real fruit. Again, there was concentrate used in this B version, but there was also real fruit. And this last one is the combined, but it's still. This thing is only about 6.5%, so it is going to be lighter bodied, and that's why I think carbonation was going to help. So let's start with just the base, what we had here, which is the concentrate, not back sweetened. One thing I like about this is I think it does encapsulate a good peach character. It doesn't have a lot of, like, as I'll talk about in a second with the, I did not peel the skins off the fruit version, and I think that was detrimental, but it doesn't have like that kind of skinny profile. It does have all the acid. There's a little bit of bite there, which is good, but it's like biting into a real peach, but it's not like that super ripe, summery, juicy peach. It's kind of like I'd say a little bit less ripe, but it's still got some good character. And I think it's very even. I think the lack of sweetness, or me not back sweetening, actually helped it because it has somewhere to go. I think it's pretty good. So let's go on to the fruited version. This one has a little bit of that profile of the peach skin kind of tannin there. It's got a little more tannin profile, which is not bad. There's a lot more brightness to this one. I think the real fruit did add a lot of that juicy, in-your-face peach bite that you would get if you were to just get a fresh peach. It is very smooth still. It is kind of, I mean, it's 6.5%, not carbonated, so it is kind of watery, but it does still have the nice peach character. I do think the blend will be interesting to see if that like adds them together, but the pro of the real fruit I think is that juiciness. This is a much more juicy flavor and juicy tasting mead, which is good. To the combined still version. Yeah, see, this is where I'm at. I think the combo of the two, the peach essence, the base peach value that came from A, the concentrate only, with the brightness of the B, that peach character that was really good. That's a very smooth, nice brew. And it does have the best of both worlds, which is why I went ahead and combined it. So now, let's get to the carbonated version. This has a lot more presence. They're all cold. I need to be specific. They're all cold, as I made it fair. And because the carbonation, that carbonic acid is there, it adds a lot of lift. Now, it does present more acidic than any of the other ones, but I do think it makes it more friendly and tasty, honestly. The bright peach is there, the real peach. Like, I think the combo was where it's at. Now, here's the real kicker. I wish I had done a third version, which was just all real fruit. And maybe I'll do that in the future as another variable. But the core question we're answering for this video is, can this peach concentrate give you a quality mead? I think the standalone product that is just the concentrate is pretty dang good. It is missing a little bit of the brightness of a fresh peach, but it is still very solid. It is like 78% of the way there. So my opinion is these concentrates are very good. Like I said, I've used other concentrates in the past. In fact, I often use apple juice concentrate in my apple meads because it's pretty good. And it's a little bit cheaper, honestly. I've used the Concord grape from them. It has been very good as well. The apple from them was okay. I've got my version of my apple cinnamon where I didn't use any real apples and I used just this stuff. It's pretty mid in my opinion, but it was a cheaper way to do it, I guess. I highly recommend you try this company. There are a lot of people who are fans of them, especially on my Discord. As I talked about this, I've had lots of people say, hey, I've done stuff with them before. So they're reputable. Give them a shot. Check out their website. The pricing can be expensive depending on what you buy and how much you have to buy. So that's been a peach mead. I promise you I have a grand mission to make a peach mead that is back to fruit. I have done a no water peach mead, which I'll put a video up of that. That brew was fantastic. It was also so dang expensive to do. So pros and cons of that one. Maybe I'll just try and do something that's peach and lower ABV. We'll try that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to see other tests similar to this, what you think of this video. Thank you to all my YouTube members and my patrons. As you see them on screen, they are the MVPs of my channel because this channel does not run on ad revenue. It attempts to, but YouTube ad revenue does not work very well for a Mead channel of my size. So these people are great and they are super helpful. So thank you to those people. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Type in the comments and I'll see you next time. Cheers.